CSI. Miami often receives criticism. Despite being nominated for numerous awards and winning several primetime Emmys, the series is often overshadowed. With a talented ensemble cast, it enjoyed a successful run of 10 seasons, totaling nearly 250 episodes, until its conclusion in 2012. Despite its accomplishments, many people likely associate the show with a specific aspect. While Horatio is memorable to most viewers, the other characters of the show might not be as easily recalled, and you may not be familiar with the current endeavors of the actors. Let's delve into what the cast of CSI Miami has been pursuing since the series finale in 2012. Emily Proctor as CSI Detective Kandi Duquesne. Kandi Duquesne, the perpetually upbeat ballistics specialist on CSI Miami, was portrayed by actress Emily Proctor. Since the series wrapped up in 2012, she's had a sparse presence in the acting world, though she hasn't formally retired. Instead, she's shifted her attention to other pursuits. Before CSI Miami, Proctor had notable roles in Leaving Las Vegas and made memorable appearances on The West Wing. Besides David Caruso, she's the only actor credited in every episode of CSI Miami. Post-series, she made a brief appearance on the show White Collar and starred in the film Love Everlasting, released in 2016, marking her most recent credited role. According to her website, Proctor has redirected her focus towards philanthropy, founding a nonprofit called Groundbreakers in 2019, aiding individuals in challenging circumstances. In her personal life, she's been in a relationship with musician Paul Bryan since 2008, and they welcomed their daughter Philippa Francis, nicknamed Pippa, on December 8, 2010. Due to her pregnancy not being incorporated into CSI, Miami's 9th season, her appearances were limited. Proctor has also engaged in various athletic endeavors like triathlons and marathons, and she's an enthusiastic poker player, participating in celebrity poker tournaments. Additionally, she showcased her musical talent as part of an 80s cover band originally named White Lightning, now called Motion. Proctor has dedicated her time to volunteering with programs like the Young Storytellers program and assisting at homeless shelters. Jonathan Togo as CSI Detective Ryan Wolf. Jonathan Togo, the actor who portrayed Ryan Wolf on CSI Miami starting from the 3rd season, became known for his character's utilization of OCD traits, albeit exaggerated, to his advantage. Wolf's meticulousness and lab prowess often reached superhero levels. While Togo had notable roles in various films and series before CSI Miami, similar opportunities have been less frequent post-show. Before his CSI stint, Togo made guest appearances on television shows like Law & Order, Ed, and Judging Amy, and had a minor role in the gritty crime movie Mystic River. However, since departing from his role as Ryan Wolf, Togo has maintained a relatively low profile. Apart from a guest spot on Lucifer, his appearances have mainly been on lesser-known or short-lived projects like Angel from Hell, Ex-Best, and Infinity Baby. His most recent credited role was in the 2018 TV movie Christmas Cupid's Arrow, where he portrayed David, a professor seeking romance. Togo was previously married to actress Diora Baird from 2013 to 2016, and they share a child. He later tied the knot with writer Tiffany Baker on January 17, 2019. Their first child, a daughter, was born in March 2021. Rex Lynn as Sergeant Frank Tripp, one of the most memorable figures in CSI. Miami is Detective Sergeant Frank Tripp, portrayed by Rex Lynn. Lynn seamlessly embodies the role of a stern yet affable law enforcement member, and the organic development of his character throughout the series' 10 seasons remains one of its highlights. While Lynn continues to secure roles in both film and television, his more notable and enduring performances are typically found on the small screen. In the realm of cinema, Lynn appeared shortly after CSI Miami wrapped up, notably as Tennessee Harry in Django Unchained. He also graced screens in Seth MacFarlane's A Million Ways to Die in the West and the charmingly kitschy Zombievers. His television credits post-CSI Miami include notable appearances in shows like Lethal Weapon, The Lottery, and State of Affairs, with recurring roles such as Kevin Wachtel in Better Call Saul and Principal Peterson in Young Sheldon standing out. In an interesting anecdote, as of now, Lynn is romantically involved with country music icon Reba McEntire. Lynn and country singer-actress Reba McEntire have been in a relationship since late 2020. Their connection dates back to their initial meeting on the set of The Gambler Returns, The Luck of the Draw, 1991, starring Kenny Rogers, and they reunited nearly 3 decades later when McEntire made a guest appearance as June on Young Sheldon. Adam Rodriguez as CSI Detective Eric Delco, actor. Adam Rodriguez may not have graced every episode of CSI Miami, but his character remained a constant presence throughout the series. Rodriguez portrayed Eric Delco, a versatile member of Miami's CSI team. Interestingly, Rodriguez's adeptness extends beyond the screen. The actor has enjoyed considerable success in both cinema and television. Since the conclusion of CSI Miami, Rodriguez has taken on various roles in smaller-scale films, though his portrayal of Tito in Magic Mike and its sequel, Magic Mike XXL, stands out as particularly memorable. He has also found success on the small screen, securing recurring roles on series such as The Night Shift, Empire, and Jane the Virgin. Notably, he portrayed Luke Alves in the later seasons of Criminal Minds and played a pivotal role as Raul Vega in Penny Dreadful, City of Angels. In 2016, Rodriguez joined the cast of Criminal Minds as Luke Alves, a member of the FBI Fugitive Task Force. He later landed a recurring role as Bobby Diaz in the NBC drama series Ordinary Joe in 2021. Rodriguez tied the knot with model Grace Gale, daughter of actor Maxwell Gale, in 2016. The couple shares 3 children, including their son Bridgemont Bernard Rodriguez, born on March 16, 2020. Kandi Alexander as M.E. Alex Woods. A pivotal element of any police procedural, particularly one centered around CSI work, is its medical examiner. In CSI Miami, the role of tending to victims falls to Alex Woods, portrayed by actress Kandi Alexander. Within the CSI Miami universe, Woods serves as a nurturing presence, displaying genuine care for the individuals brought before her and her team. Despite typically avoiding direct danger, Woods remains a crucial and integral component of the investigative process. Alexander embarked on her acting journey in the late 1980s, marking her television debut on the sketch comedy show FTV in 1985. Since the early 1990s, Alexander has predominantly focused on film and television, delivering supporting performances in various movies, including CB4, Joshua Tree, What's Love Got to Do with It, Poetic Justice, and Sugar Hill. Following the conclusion of CSI Miami, Alexander has enjoyed considerable success in her career. She notably starred in the HBO series Trim, coinciding with the final years of CSI Miami, and garnered acclaim for her portrayal of Viola, Bessie Smith's sister, in the HBO film Bessie. Additionally, she had minor roles in the 2018 film Fahrenheit 451 as Toni Morrison and portrayed an interrogator in Patriots Day. Alexander also portrayed Maya Lewis in approximately 24 episodes of Scandal. Her most recent appearance was a 2-episode guest stint on the CBS series SEAL Team, Omar Benson Miller as Walter Simmons, primarily serving as a source of comic relief upon his arrival in the 8th season of CSI. Miami, Walter Simmons was portrayed by actor Omar Benson Miller. Frequently underestimated by his colleagues, Simmons nonetheless proves his worth through various contributions during the show's concluding seasons. Miller's versatility extends beyond traditional acting roles, as he's equally recognized for his voice work. Notably, he assumes a central role as the voice of Raphael in the Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles series. Additionally, he lent his voice to Finn in the LEGO Star Wars Holiday Special. While his portrayal of Finn remains his sole voice acting credit for the character to date, it's plausible he'll continue to voice Finn in potential future animated endeavors. In addition to his voice work, Miller has secured recurring roles on several television series. He portrayed Charles Green alongside Dwayne Johnson on Ballers until its conclusion in 2019, and he's also a core member of the cast on the CBS sitcom The Unicorn, where he portrays the character Ben. Ava LaRue as Natalia Boavista. Portrayed by actress Ava LaRue, Natalia Boavista transitions from an FBI informant to an integral member of the team in CSI Miami. Initially revealed as working against the squad in the 4th season, gathering evidence against Horatio Caine, she ultimately proves her loyalty and becomes a vital asset to the CSI Miami unit until the series concludes. Since CSI Miami wrapped up, LaRue has landed several noteworthy roles. She made appearances as Admirable Ava on the children's series Mac and Moxie, guest starring as Terry on Fuller House, and returned to soap operas as Celeste Rosales on The Young and the Restless. Prior to this, she portrayed Dr. Maria Santos Gray in a recurring role on All My Children. Additionally, one of the plot lines in CSI Miami directly mirrors LaRue's personal experiences. Both she and her sister were photographed by the infamous serial killer Bill Bradford, who posed as a modeling talent scout. Tragically, 2 women he photographed, Tracy Campbell and Sherry Miller, were later discovered deceased, leading to Bradford's conviction for their murders. Fortunately, both LaRue and her sister managed to escape such a grim fate. Christian Clemonson as Dr. Tom Lohman. Actor Christian Clemonson entered the CSI Miami scene relatively late, but his portrayal of Dr. Tom Lohman proved to be significant. Clemonson was already a familiar face in the industry prior to joining the series. You might recognize him from films such as Apollo 13 and The Big Lebowski, or from his notable role as Jerry Espenson on Boston Legal. While he hasn't attained the same level of prominence since CSI, Miami concluded, he continues to secure notable roles periodically. Following the conclusion of the series, Clemonson made guest appearances on programs like Shameless, Californication, and Law & Order, Special Victims Unit. Additionally, he landed recurring roles on several acclaimed shows, including his portrayal of Dan Bennett on Colony. Perhaps his most memorable post-CSI Miami role was on American Crime Story, where he portrayed Bill Hodgman, one of the prosecutors in the O.J. Simpson murder trial. Bodhi Bliss as Maxine Valera, portraying DNA expert Maxine Valera on CSI. Miami, actress Bodhi Bliss didn't experience what many would consider a typical upbringing. Bliss spent her childhood in Colorado, residing in a teepee without access to modern amenities like running water or electricity. Reflecting on her upbringing in a 2007 interview with the Denver Post, Bliss acknowledged the uniqueness of her childhood, although at the time she longed for a more conventional life and thus ventured to Hollywood at the age of 17. While Bliss hasn't landed numerous prominent roles beyond CSI Miami, she has made appearances in guest roles on various television series and smaller-scale films. Notable guest appearances include appearances on shows such as Bones, Moran, and Perception. In terms of film roles, she has been featured in Shot to the Heart, Deadly Switch, and Killer in Suburbia. Despite the challenges, Bliss remains dedicated to honing her craft, with comedy films like Stage Kiss and Fourth Grade among her recent endeavors. Growing up with her brother and 3 sisters in a teepee outside Aspen, Colorado, Bliss's childhood was unconventional, with her mother knitting and selling custom sweaters. She tied the knot with film director Blair Hayes in 2010 and welcomed a son, Ashby Buck, into the world on March 15, 2011. Sophia Milos as Detective Yelena Salas. Portraying Yelena Salas on CSI Miami, actress Sophia Milos portrayed a character entangled in a complex relationship with Horatio Caine, despite being married to his brother, throughout 7 seasons of the series. While Milos hasn't secured numerous significant roles since the show concluded, she has successfully landed various guest appearances. During her tenure on CSI Miami, Milos concurrently held another prominent role as Victoria Marston on Desire, an American telenovela series. As her time on CSI Miami drew to a close, she also took on a role in the Canadian series The Border. Additionally, she has made guest appearances on numerous shows, including Private Eyes, The First Family, Chicago Justice, 1600 Penn, and more. In recent times, she has portrayed recurring characters as Christina on Sangre Negra and as Daria on the History Channel series Project Blue Book, Eddie Cibrian as CSI Detective Jesse Cardoza. Eddie Cibrian portrayed Jesse Cardoza, an MDPD detective who collaborated with Horatio and Megan before the CSI team was formed. He returns to Miami following his tenure as an LAPD officer to pursue the individual responsible for his wife's murder. Cardoza forms close bonds within the team, but tragically loses his life in the line of duty during a Halon attack on the lab, leaving Walter particularly devastated by his passing. In March 2011, Cibrian secured the lead role in the NBC pilot for The Playboy Club, a television series set in the inaugural Playboy Club in Chicago in 1963. However, in early October 2011, NBC canceled The Playboy Club after 3 episodes due to poor ratings. In 2016, he joined the cast of Rosewood as Captain Ryan Slade, and in 2018, he starred as the private investigator Eddie Valetic in Take Two on ABC. In May 2001, Cibrian wed Brandi Glanville, a former model and reality TV personality. Cibrian and Glanville share 2 sons, Mason and Jake. Their marriage ended in separation in July 2009, following Cibrian's involvement in an extramarital affair with country music artist LeAnn Rimes, with whom he starred in the film Northern Lights. Cibrian and Glanville's divorce was finalized on September 30, 2010. Subsequently, on December 27, 2010, Cibrian announced his engagement to Rimes, and the couple exchanged vows on April 22, 2011, at a private residence in California. Rory Cochran as CSI Detective Tim Speedle. Alongside David Caruso, Rory Cochran was among CSI Miami's significant acquisitions when the series debuted, bringing considerable star power to the spin-off. Prior to his appearance on the show, Cochran had a thriving film career, with notable roles in iconic movies of the Gen X era such as Dazed and Confused and Empire Records. His character, Tim Speedle, meets his demise early in the 3rd season, leaving a noticeable absence among CSI Miami's regular cast members in the years following his departure. Cochran had a stint on the 7th season of 24, portraying Greg Seaton in 7 episodes. Nevertheless, the bulk of Cochran's noteworthy roles have been in film. These include performances as Agent Carter Baum in Public Enemies, Lee Schatz in Argo, Stephen Flemmi in Black Mass, and Alan Russell in 2013's Oculus. Furthermore, Cochran shows no signs of slowing down, with recent years seeing him involved in projects such as Antlers, Invasion, and Tyson's Run. Brendan Fair as Dan Cooper. Actor Brendan Fair entered the CSI Miami ensemble a few seasons into the show's run, embodying the character of lab technician Dan Cooper. Although his tenure is brief, his specialized knowledge contributes to numerous intriguing plot lines. Fair has portrayed various noteworthy characters, both preceding and following his stint on CSI Miami. He's the type of performer you've likely encountered somewhere, even if the details escape you. Fair's most memorable portrayal predates his involvement with CSI Miami, starring as Michael Guerin in the series Roswell. Additionally, he appeared in several late 90s horror films, such as Final Destination and Disturbing Behavior. Post-CSI Miami, Fair has secured recurring roles on television series like Bones and The Night Shift, as well as minor roles in several blockbuster movies. Keep an eye out for him as a communications officer in X-Men First Class and as Corman Day's colleague in Guardians of the Galaxy. Recently, Fair has landed roles in several made-for-TV Christmas films and is currently involved in numerous ongoing projects. David Caruso as CSI Lieutenant Horatio H. Kane. We'll start with the individual most folks recall. David Caruso took the lead in CSI Miami as Horatio Kane, the chief of Miami's forensic lab, known for his penchant for clever quips and fashionable eyewear. Caruso was already a well-known actor when he landed the role, but he hasn't taken on any acting gigs since CSI, Miami concluded. It's a bit subjective. Caruso seems to have stepped away from acting. There are reports suggesting he opted for retirement to concentrate on launching art galleries and installations. Yet there are also speculations that acting opportunities dried up for him entirely. Caruso has a reputation for being somewhat demanding, dating back to his early days on NYPD Blue. Stephen Bachko, the series' showrunner, described Caruso's conduct as toxic and remarked, "Most individuals struggle in an unhealthy workplace, but Caruso thrived because he was the source of the turmoil, and it gave him a sense of power." Gratitude for accompanying us on this exploration of the CSI. Miami cast from past to present. Remember to show your support by giving us a thumbs up, sharing, and hitting the subscribe button for additional nostalgic content. Until we meet again, appreciation for the cherished reminiscences.